Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 2v2 on Thar between the red team in the upper left corner, mrnoone1 in the Black Ops Helix, and his teammate k1ng5hobie in the Prime Helix, and their opponents, the blue team, in the bottom right corner. It is going to be ULA in the Gothic Helix and happydeath in the Tomcat Striker. So a double Helix versus a Helix Striker. mrnoone and k1ng5hobie still going Helix Striker from the tournament. From what I can remember, is they were pretty much going double Helix, I think, and happydeath now happydeath and ULA with a Helix Striker, very nice balanced combination of mechs. This is technically a Jivati versus Anger battle, so we will see who will be able to come out on top. It does look like mrnoone and k1ng5hobie going for their close. k1ng5hobie setting down initial moneymaker, and happydeath doing the same. Or yeah, that was happydeath player 4, but happydeath going straight for harass, trying to kill mrnoone in the air, and does actually get the kill, because you are heavily under fire by the Seeker and by the brutes, the initial brutes that are there. But k1ng5hobie trying to get something harassed, will be able to get a patcher on the ground after he did put that moneymaker down, and will be able to survive this against ULA. Oh, ULA almost going down to k1ng5hobie, and k1ng5hobie not staying to harass this moneymaker or any of these tanks here. happydeath still continuing to attack, but he will be thwarted in this attempt by k1ng5hobie and his Helix missiles. But it does look like that the blue team already pushing out their Gemini from the bottom. happydeath looks like he is going with a couple jokers patrolling on this left outpost, while mrnoone with a couple flamers on the right. He will be able to get us neutralized, and all 4 flamers are still alive. Will he be able to body block and get yeah, no, 1 flamer left to go in and does get killed. While we do have this oh, I think this moneymaker was killed by the patrolling jackals by happydeath, but now we do have the red team and the blue team kind of approaching mid at the same time. Blue team with a lot of Gemini, and the red team, not as many tanks in the area right now. It does look like the blue team has a slight advantage. However, the red team now bringing a little bit of reinforcements. They do have a Seeker. happydeath actually pretty low on health, but does get behind this outpost before he gets finished off. Does look like ULA coming out with, what is he coming out with? A couple flamers, while k1ng5hobie and mrnoone trying to get this outpost re-neutralized, and there it does go back down. And now more flamers going down, but even more flamers going down for the blue team, getting this back under control. But it does look like this will go back down to neutral sometime soon. And yes, it does. Very much outpost switching right now. And it does go up to red. The red team able to bring out 1 tank before it actually goes back down to neutral. And the red team actually did push up a couple extra tanks as well. The blue team forced to pull back just a little bit. And the red team with a little bit of extra time to attack the blue units. They will be able to get the upper hand in this fight. A couple of random creeps do get dropped by, I think that was happydeath, but not really going to be that effective at all. Oh, we do have a Joker push by the blue team, so we'll get a pretty good surround on this middle outpost. We'll keep it neutral. Still a lot of shots going down by both teams. The red team is able to take it under control. What will they be able to dump out before it gets neutralized, or will it even get neutralized? Will they be able to hold this time? They dump out enough units and a lot of flamers as well. happydeath going down to a Seeker, saying derp. And mrnoone and k1ng5hobie will be able to take this outpost, and I think they will be able to keep it. Only 1 flamer left, so it does go back down to neutral, but enough creeps are here to actually allow the red team to take this outpost back under their control. And a couple of random flamers do wander their way down to the bottom. So it does look like the blue team will start to go an alternate route. They will start to go for that that bottom left island. And mrnoone dropping a Longhorn to do a little bit of damage, but I doubt it will get past this lunchbox shield that was initially put down by the blue team. Lots of tanks here at the mid, able to hold it for that red team. But happydeath doing a little harass with moneymakers, and k1ng5hobie actually going to be able to neutralize his outpost. Will all 4 flamers be able to get in? happydeath now coming back to respawn. I'm pretty sure he did get that 1 moneymaker, but at the cost of not being here to defend against this cheese. mrnoone and k1ng5hobie able to dump out a couple of tanks and a few more flamers going down for the red team, so the red team going to be able to hold this for now. ULA going down to k1ng5hobie, and happydeath forced to retreat, and now mrnoone and k1ng5hobie have a lot of the map control right now. The right outpost is under their control. The blue team has not been able to take this island yet. However, they have been able to clear quite a lot of the units, and the neutrals over there have been clear as well. A couple of tanks moving out now, and mrnoone and k1ng5hobie, only mrnoone right here at the bottom, but continuing their assault, not letting up the pressure, going for this bottom outpost, and ULA going to be able to take this island under their control. Will they be able to get anything socketed? No, but we do have mrnoone and k1ng5hobie retreating the fight a little bit. They have not been able to do that much against this right outpost, but they do have a line of tanks here with a couple of creeps in support to be able to attack this right outpost. I don't think it's going to really be that effective, especially mrnoone in the area. k1ng5hobie trying to harass and neutralize that outpost as well, but not going to be able to get it. ULA supporting his units, but there are too many red tanks over here to actually do anything about that. And it does look like, oh, that was actually Happy Death. But now ULA doing a scout, dropping a Gemini, still not going to do that much, and they are still trying to neutralize this middle outpost. They might actually be able to get it done. No, Happy Death forced to retreat. Oh, might get finished off here. No, does retreat. With enough zigzags to avoid that finish by k1ng5hobie. I think k1ng5hobie was kind of chasing him, and now it does look like the blue team has been able to get a pretty good foothold on this island. Quite a lot of units over here, but mrnoone1 and k1ng5hobie, I think, are going to shift their focus to that island. And now dropping a lot of flamers, going for that neutralization. Only 2 flamers left. 1 flamer now. k1ng5hobie, very low on health, does get finished off before he's able to knock that last one down. And now Happy Death going for more Moneymaker harass, interestingly enough, and at the same time, mrnoone1 is able to get this outpost neutralized, but it won't really be that productive because they are not going to be able to, do any instant defense or anything like that. And it's very, very well surrounded by blue units, so it will be neutralized down very, very quickly. So I don't know what's up with all the flamer spam. They might want to start to make an actual unit cluster in this area or something like that. But the blue team has pretty much put a very, very sufficient defense and a double kill going down by the blue team technically. Although the red team is the one that no single blue player got both of the kills, but complete wipe on the on the red team right now. So it does look like the blue team will be able to get a little bit of extra kills. Happy Death able to finish off 1 Gemini, and now ULA will be able to retake this outpost under his control using creeps. Probably the right unit to use at this point because it will not take any upkeep. And k1ng5hobie scouting there at the bottom. Will the red team? Yes, the red team actually starting to go for this top right corner. And now a couple of random jokers moving out and some more scouting going down by the red team. Will they be able to actually do anything against the blue teams? I don't know. You can't really call it a turtle because they honestly don't have that many units over here. But, on a big map like Thar, it is a little bit hard to just move out and kind of concentrate your units toward one purpose. Oh, it does look like ULA is sending out a couple Gemini here at the right side, or on the left side, and Happy Death sort of distracting the red team, keeping mrnoone1 busy here at the top, and k1ng5hobie coming to respond, does see those blue dots, but it's only creeps. Will go down to neutral, but what they need to worry about is this unit, this tank cluster, this Gemini line coming for their left outpost. However, the left outpost is pretty well defended by Gemini, so they probably will be able to hold this off. ULA now approaching, and his Gemini line is approaching as well. k1ng5hobie able to drop 1 more defensive Gemini. Will mrnoone1 come back to support ULA? And, the Happy Death is not here to support because he did get finished off a little while ago. And, yeah, it's not really going to do the job. k1ng5hobie able to finish off quite a lot of the units, and enough defensive Gemini were there to do a pretty good job to completely shut down that tank push. But now ULA and Happy Death going for this top outpost. They do have enough infantry to take this. Let's see what they can actually take out of their build queue. Does look like ULA and Happy Death, they don't have that much. Oh, okay, never mind. I will take that back. I looked at their build queues a little too late after they dumped out everything. Lots of tanks here, so they will be able to bring creeps and take this outpost back under the control, as it is really, really well surrounded by their blue tanks. And, I mean, that really needs to happen sometime soon if they want to keep this outpost under their control. I mean, they have it well surrounded, so it's, they have the area controlled by units, but will they be able to bring enough creeps or any infantry, anything like that, to take this outpost? And it does not look like they are actually going for it. They are going for a push toward the mid with a lot of tanks and jokers as well. So let's see if this actually can do the job. I don't know. k1ng5hobie is already here. They haven't been able to scout it quite yet. They do now see it, and so they will start to defend over here. This top outpost is still really well surrounded. Oh, but mrnoone1 actually pushed out with a couple of Gemini. This might be able to do it. Okay, now ULA is going to bring some creeps. They will be able to take it under the control. What does ULA have in his build queue? He doesn't have anything. This actually attack has been able to neutralize this middle outpost, but with k1ng5hobie and mrnoone1 both here, they will be able to easily keep this outpost, well, at least keep it away from blue, I think. They have been able to take this top outpost back under the control. But the question is, will the mid go back under their control? They still have this right outpost, and I'm a little surprised they haven't been using it as a stationing point to put a little bit of pressure on that blue fort. But the blue team actually has been able to take this middle outpost back under their control. And wow, lots of Geminis going down. Tank spam like crazy in this game, and flamer spam as well. The mrnoone1 might be able to get this neutral. No, he was not concentrating or not focusing on that on the neutralization, and actually getting pinned down by Happy Death. And ULA gonna do a lot of damage as well. Happy Death getting that kill in the air after mrnoone1 trying to retreat. And King Shobi prioritizing on the neutralization. Lots of flamers, but it's not going to be able to do the... Oh! Barely does the job. I didn't think it was going to happen with all those Gemini in the area to actually kill those whatever infantry or, you know, anything with light armor at that middle outpost. But, oh, King Shobi getting chased down by Happy Death, but not really enough to be able to get that kill. Now ULA moving out from the fort with a full build queue, full of Longhorn. Happy Death as well, supporting with another one. But we do have King Shobi with a Gemini at the back left, at the back right corner. And I guess they are just planning on reinforcing mid. Oh no, they are going with an all-in push. So this line is, oh man, they didn't push out at the same time. They did not wait for their fort starting units to hit the mid before they pushed out the mid units. And we do have, I think that was King Shobi putting down a couple of defensive Gemini there. And so they are definitely prepared. Wow, 3 Gemini drop to defend against 1. I don't really think that's 100% necessary. But we do have a lot of Gemini now coming for the red fort. But the red team is definitely prepared. But the blue team kind of using that as a distraction to go for this top outpost. Happy Death and ULA have been able to neutralize it and do have a slight tank advantage, 1 to 2, yeah, sure. But now mrnoone1 and King Shobi, oh, counter pushing before all the Gemini are even killed. Let's see where they have decided to go with it. Now even more, okay, see, these are the ones that came from the fort. They didn't push them out at the same time. You know, who knows how effective that would have been, but now Happy Death queuing up heavy mines. Lots of Gemini now coming for this middle outpost. Will they be able to switch it to T once it gets here to stop the units from progressing? mrnoone1 going to be able to finish off that last Gemini that they have been able to put down at the top, but 1 or 2 actually heavy mines. Oh, but King Shobi's setting them off before they actually reach that mine, and these mines have not armed themselves before the tanks actually hit them, so great job by King Shobi to take care of that mine before it's actually before it was actually able to do anything against that tank cluster coming in. And red team now with a lot of tanks here at the mid, they will be able to get a pretty good surround, actually a very good surround to keep this under their control. 84 to 38, the blue team's dramatically behind, and King Shobi now already has been able to respond to this to this drop by ULA of Gemini. Now ULA reallocating it to fort attack, and now King Shobi will be able to well, trying to get whatever he can defended there. A few flamers wandering down here. mrnoone1 not going for the neutralize. He might have been able to actually get it, but we do have ULA neutralizing with flamers off at the left side. So ULA and Happy Death have been able to take this left side. Wow, will they be able to reinforce it? That is the question. Will they be able to hold it? They don't really have that much in queue, and I mean, if I would assume that. Oh, and now Longhorn has been dropped at the bottom right corner of that blue fort. But yeah, the blue team has been able to take this left outpost. Yeah, the priority is definitely to neutralize. mrnoone1 will definitely be able to do it at this point, but will they be able to actually retake this area? That Longhorn again responded to by multiple Gemini, and now we do have ULA coming back here, but the red team has been able to take this outpost back under the control. What will they be able to dump out of that outpost? And it doesn't look like very much. It is back down to neutral. ULA and Happy Death with not that many creeps, so they really need to go back. And you know, red team much closer. They will start to spam flamers. Oh, and they are starting to move their tanks down, so they will do a push toward this left side. So the blue team really needs to take this outpost back under the control so they can get more units down to defend. Is that what they will choose to do? Now we do have 5 tanks moving out for the red team. We do have 5 defending tanks here for the blue team, but the blue team, without this outpost under the control, their defender's advantage is dramatically lessened. It's just the approaching advantage at this point. They will not be able to... Oh, and another... What is that? A Gemini at the corner here by King Shobi. Not responded to at all by any of the blue players. They don't really have to worry too much about a Gemini at the corner because it won't do that much damage, especially just a single one. But if it does go unanswered for a little while, it is definitely something to worry about. The blue team briefly taking that outpost under the control, but the red team knocking those bulbs right back down. And Happy Death now dropping a defensive Gemini. So he, I guess that will be able to do the job. But now the red team will be able to take this left outpost back under control. The blue team not able to get it. And the blue team now trying to bring more tanks, but it's not going to be able to do the job. The red team with the defender's advantage. Oh, well, it does go back down now. Oh, now the blue team with the unit advantage, or the red team with the unit advantage. Oh, who is it? I don't even know. I can't even tell. But we do have ULA taking those Gemini that he was attacking. And that Gemini that was dropped in defense by Happy Death did actually lose because the red Gemini got the first shot off. So now lots of extra damage going down for that red team because Happy Death only dropped one single matching unit, not contributing any fire himself to make sure that his tank won that battle, and now finally does get responded to, but the red team has been able to take this left outpost under the control, back under the control. and does have their tank cluster getting moved back on T. Now doing some pressure down here at the bottom outpost. They have been able to neutralize it, and while we do have k1ng5hobie trying to neutralize this island, not much left there because the blue team did take a lot of the tanks that were stationed there to try to take that left outpost, and now a lot of Gemini getting split because of waypoints. These are going for the mid, these are going for the right, and no mech support. And the red team has been able to neutralize and take this with some flamers. Flamers pretty OP at this point. Definitely the unit to take into matchmaking. Definitely the definitely the infantry unit of choice to take into matchmaking. But the blue team, oh, happydeath might be able to actually accomplish something over here. Oh no, there's too many defensive tanks. The red team taking this left island, and the blue team just has this bottom outpost left. Not really that much, and it already is started to be approached by some red units. Has been neutralized. mrnoone1 with 4 flamers, but that last flamer not going in that last door, but enough infantry now has gone into those doors to now start blue on the imminent danger timing. After another 20-ish seconds, 21 seconds, they will be in the domination state. They really need to get this outpost neutralized. This is probably the best bet that they have. And you do hear that siren going off. It is dangerous. And mrnoone1 and k1ng5hobie reinforcing this outpost as best they possibly can. 6 seconds until the blue team starts taking damage. And will this actually be able to do the job? Yeah, now they are in domination state. And happydeath and ULA. Okay, now happydeath going for the top outpost. Oh yeah, this is also very undefended. Just a couple of flamers, and he will be able to get this neutralized with those level 4 creeps. Will he be able to take it under his control is the question. Oh, ULA. Oh man, is he a little bit AFK? Oh man, what is happening? happydeath has been able to take this top outpost under the control. This cheese has been successful. What will he be able to take out of Q to actually enforce this? k1ng5hobie prioritizing on neutralizing right now, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Level 4 creeps with so much health. Oh, and now the red team has pushed all their units from the top. They are going in for the kill, and this outpost has been neutralized. We do have ULA taking those tanks that happydeath spit out and bringing them to the corner. And so a couple of Gemini attacking the corner, definitely something very, very advantageous to do. But at this point, the red team is moving in. Tanks moving in on the right. Tanks moving in down the middle. And we do still have ULA over here. But k1ng5hobie has been able to respond, finishing them off on the ground. And those Gemini won't be able to do that much damage anymore. That long line of tanks now is finally approaching this blue fort. Lots of heavy mines down, so those front tanks will definitely die. happydeath dropping even more, but I don't know if they've been able to arm. Oh, a couple of them have gone off, but at this point it does look like the red team will be able to get a pretty good surround and get a final finish on the blue team. Man, lots of action back and forth on this map in this game. Thar, definitely the map of choice. And that is it. mrnoone1 and k1ng5hobie taking this ranked 2v2 over ULA and happydeath. The Jivati faction getting this win this time, and that was quite a game. Wow, that was a lot of movement left and right, back and forth. And yeah, I mean, the red team taking the early advantage. I thought the blue team pretty much started making comeback. They got that middle outpost, but their push was so telegraphed. And you know, k1ng5hobie, wow, loud. I'm gonna mute that right now. But yeah, k1ng5hobie able to drop a lot of defensive Gemini, so that push was shut down very, very, very well. And I think that was probably the losing move from the blue team, pushing out, and they were so spread out. They didn't send much AA. I mean, the AA wasn't that big of a deal, but they didn't really support their push. I don't remember if they were distracted or not, but I think that probably should have taken priority. They really needed to move their tanks around, get a good surround, and you know, combat that defensive line that the red team had, but they weren't there in time. They didn't really do enough damage, and pushing out all in pretty much lost that mid for them. And after that, it was the game. The red team able to take that right outpost at the beginning of the game, which was huge for them. Definitely gave them that credit income advantage. And you know, after taking that mid under their control, they were just able to pick the blue team apart. The blue team actually doing a lot of crazy desperation moves, and a lot of them eat like happydeath's cheese right at the end. Might have been able to do the job should the red team have not chosen a little earlier to push out. But you know, that's it. The red team taking it. And definitely, guys, if you have any games just like this, or even not really that close, but just as action-packed, you need to send them in to me. Okay, I say it every time, but yeah, I want to see your great games, no doubt. All right, guys, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.